What is up? Well, that's for later anyway. What is up, everybody? We're gonna do daily run today while I tell you the little story of how I lost. And on my job, we have, what is this? Oh, good first item, though. At my job, we have breaks, obviously, because that's how jobs, how jobs should work. You get breaks. So, you know, I'm working on top of this thing we call it the tap. So I work at Frito-Lay. I don't know if I should be saying that out loud, but I work at Frito-Lay. So we get like breaks all the time and everything because they're good to us, and I like that job. It's a very, very good job. My favorite job I've ever had. I've only ever had 2 jobs. Frito-Lay is the best one. Okay, better than the retail job I had. Everyone's nice at Frito-Lay. The bosses are cool. They respect everybody. It's dope. But I was working, and you don't usually use the break room at work because I smoke on my breaks, but I haven't really been smoking much because I'm making many deals with God. You need to know what that means, okay? Just know that that's a thing. So I'm making deals. Oh, fuck off! I'm making deals with God, so I haven't really been smoking much. So I went to go on break, and I went to do my thing that I needed to do and everything, and I was gonna go to the break room, and I put my stuff. So at this tower, it's like a long conveyor belt. I hate this boss. Hold on, I want to focus. I want to not. What are you doing, church? Okay, I'm actually gonna die to fucking whatever this fucker is, because I'm almost dead. So imagine if this was like a long conveyor belt. It's like a really long conveyor belt. Mysterious paper. I never had these items. And on the back of the conveyor belt is just like this little gray area, and that's where I set my shit, like my water bottle, my headphones, my wallet, and my keys, and everything. So I put them all there. So I go on break, and when I go on break, I go to grab all my shit from the thing. I grab my wallet, I put my wallet in my pocket, I get my, I don't take the headphones because I just wear them. So I put my sweatshirt on and everything, get my water bottle, and I go to move. I look at my keys. I'm like, huh, I don't really need my keys technically because I'm just going to the break room. I'm not going to Epsilon, which is my car. So I'm not going there. So I don't really, we will use the bomb here because I need that for the editing. It's just gives me another key. 2 spirit arcs, good, and another bomb, dope. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to. Oh, this is good. This could be super cool to use. I go on my break, and I'm like, I don't need my keys because I'm just going to the break room, so it's not gonna be a necessity. I shouldn't keep them with me. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? I should probably just take them anyway. Because, whatever. You think I can get both? Oh, no, there's no tin robbery. We're definitely opening this one. So, I was like, you think I could get... I was like, fuck. Hold on. Do you think I can get both of them? I think I can, if I just do it correctly. Right about here. Let's see. Nah, just the one. 2 keys. That's cool. So I put my keys in my pocket, and I have like short pockets. Like they weren't big enough to hold an oven, like usual boy pockets are in shorts. So I had short pockets, but I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just take my keys anyway. Blah blah blah, whatever. Who the fuck cares? I put my keys in my pocket. Here front, no grab, and I go to do that, and I go to the break room. I sit there, I go on my break. I have my 20 minutes, and I sit there. I watch a video on YouTube. I was watching some guy. I think he was reviewing the television show Chuck at this time. I don't know. I was watching some guy review a television show that I've never seen, just because I thought it would be cool. I want to see what this guy does. Get over there. Oh, he just freezes him. Oh, he does. He literally freezes him. Oh shit. That was dope. So I was watching the video, and I was just sitting there and everything, and I didn't feel anything fall. Nothing happened. It was all wrong. And I work in a big factory, so it was like a big ass factory. It was on the 4th floor of the factory, so it was like really high up. And there was like a big drop and everything like that. So, and I do it. Yeah, I do it. The thing that I did. I do it. Let's get a cent here, hopefully. Spin. Alright, we'll buy the spirit heart. No, actually, I'll buy the key, and I'll go back to that room, and I'll open that up. So, I fucking go, and I put this... Oh, I gotta... Oh, that might not give me enough for the item in the shop, anyway. So, I go to do that, and the motherfucking key... Hold on, where was I at? I'm bad at this talking gaming thing. But I go back up to my station to go do my work again till my break. Oh yeah, damage up. We love damage up. So I go to do my station until I go on break, and then my lunch is coming up. And keep in mind, at this point, I think my keys are up there. Like I think they're on the gray box because I don't remember like not putting them down. I usually just take all the shit in my pocket and just leave it there and just go right back to work. You know, like I go work lazy mode where I don't really focus on anything. So that's what I did. I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't pay attention if it was there or not. I just took the shit in my pocket, put it where I usually put it, and just like moved on. So then I go on my break, and I go to grab my keys, because on my lunches I go to my car, I go to the break room, and we're gonna get this center user for. On my lunches, I go to the break room, I buy something to eat, and then I go to my car and I eat it, and then I go to get my keys to unlock my car, to sit in there and eat my food as I usually do, and they're not there. They're not on the thing, they're just missing. And I don't freak out at first, it's not a big deal. They might have just fallen off the thing, and they might have, be on the ground somewhere or something. So it's not a big deal to me at first. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I start looking around, and I don't see them. They're not on the ground. They're not anywhere near where I usually put them. They're just completely gone. So then I start to panic a little bit. I'm like, oh no, okay, that's not good. That's definitely not good. That's bad, because I need the keys to drive the car, and I need the car to drive to go to work again and to get home and to do all that bullshit. So I'm like, that's probably not good, so I should probably try to find them. So I start to try to retrace my steps while my lunch is. So I clock out for lunch, because I need to. Is that sometimes it's homing shot? I'm gonna keep the mysterious paper. What is this? Real stat? What are my stats? No, I don't. I like my stats. So, you know what? Nah, fuck it. It's daily run. That's not bad. But so I go to find my keys. I retrace my steps. I start walking down the stairs that I walk up to get to the floor, and I start doing all that jazz, doing all the things I need to. What the fuck is that? What just happened? Start retracing my steps to go and do everything I need to do. And as I'm doing that, I'm not finding my key. And I start looking over the railing, because I thought maybe I put it in my sweatshirt pocket by accident, and it would have fallen off the sweatshirt pocket. And I'm like, oh my god, if it's fallen off the railing, it could literally be anywhere on the floor. It's a big factory, so there's like a lot of floor. And I can't go underneath where I was at, because there's too much shit to do. So I was like, desperately trying to find it. I was using my flashlight. I was going to crawl underneath of it, and like crawl under where like the floorboard was, and try to find it then. And I was just so desperate. I kept walking up and down these steps like 80,000 times for like an hour, because I culminated my one lunch and my break. So for like an hour, and whenever I had downtime, I would just go and look for my fucking keys. And I went to tell my coordinators. I asked them, I was like, has anyone dropped by a key ring with a raven strap on it? They all said no. No one could find it. No one dropped it off. No one found it. And I'm just sitting there. I would start freaking the fuck out. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? How am I going to drive home? How am I going to fucking do anything? My key is just gone. It has disappeared from the face of the earth. I didn't feel it leave my pocket. I didn't feel it like anywhere. I just fucking lost it. It just disappeared. I have no idea where it could have possibly went. So I start to panic. I freak out a bit. And I get real pissed off. I wasn't pissed that that the key was lost. I was pissed that I lost my key. My key has fallen out of my pocket before. Like that was a thing that's already happened. So I was like, okay, I usually feel it fall out, or I hear it. I hear the little chink of the keys fall on the ground. I pick them up. But no, not this time. I didn't fucking hear shit. I had no indication from myself that my key was gone. So I've completely lost it. I work in a giant factory. There's literally no hope of me ever finding it again, I don't think. So I'm panicked, and I'm like, oh no, I lost my fucking key. How am I supposed to drive home? What do I do? So I texted my dad to let him know what happened, just because it's what I usually do, because he likes to be updated on what's going on. Oh my god, this thing is cool. So I texted my dad, and then he doesn't live close to where I work. He's like 30, 40 minutes away, and he also has to work in the morning. Luckily, his job also just happens to be near mine. Is the factory he works at. or he works for an electric company, but it just like is by where I work. We will give this guy some money or some hearts while I talk about this. So he was like, "Hey, you want to come sit in my car or whatever? I'll do whatever." I was like, "No, Mom lives closer. She said she'll come pick me up. We will, because I'm rolling in hearts right now. She said she'll come pick me up. I'll just wait for her or whatever." So I go in, I sit in the break room. I'm sitting in the break room for like 2 hours. I don't care. There was a cool show that I just found out about. I kind of take it because I don't think that's Backstabber. But it might be a spacebar item, and I don't want to get rid of my hearts for a spacebar item when I have this thing, so we won't risk it. But Charmed was on the TV show. It's a really old TV show that about 3 witch sisters, and it was really good, unironically. I got to the episode where the evil sisters came in, and they literally punched them. Like, they straight up punched these bitches in the fucking head. It was dope. I love it. So I do that. I'm just sitting there watching it. We have a coffee machine that makes hot chocolate. So I'm just sipping on hot chocolate for like 2 hours, waiting for my mom to get there and everything. And then she gets there, and I'm like, okay, here's my plan. I got my car from a place called Jones. Can I kick this guy into the corner? No. I got my car from a place called Jones Junction that we have up where I live. It's like a rental car place. They just sell cars. So I got it from them. The guy that I bought the car from, his name is Rich. He was such a nice guy. He's a cool dude. I like the guy. He was nice and everything. I bought the car from him. He was a good salesman. That's all I can really say about that. And he called me a year ago after I had bought the car. And he said to me, "Hey, you have left your spare key here. We just found it. You want to come by and get it?" And I told him, like, "Yeah, I'll come by and I'll get it." I'll make this birthright come back stronger. Oh, it's another thing for when I die. I don't plan on dying though, but it'd be helpful if I do. He called me and he said, "You left your spare key here for your car. You can come by and get it anytime. I'll keep it for you." And I was like, "Okay, I'll come by and get it later." At the time, that's what I said. I never went and got it. Not at all. I did not. It was not something that I did because I just didn't want to waste the time out. I didn't need to. I had the other key, and I never expected to lose my key. You know, I always expected to keep my key and have it never be lost the way it did. So I was like, you know, no, I never went back. I never got it. Well, you know, come to find out, I do lose my key, and it was, you know, really bad. And I probably should have got the spare, because if I got the spare, I could have just told my dad to bring it to me when he was going to work and just drop it off to me, and it wouldn't have been that big of an issue. But no, I'm an idiot, and I didn't do that. So, because in my head, I was like, okay, if I keep the spare in my room, to have the spare key already at Jones, so if I ever were to lose it, I could just go to Jones and get the key. That was my thought process, which luckily it was my thought process because it worked out in the end. So I was like, because I think I'll lose my spare key, but I probably won't lose my actual key because I can always keep it on me and everything. So I go to Jones to go get the key back. Jones has like 8 different things in one area. So if I had to find the right one, I had to find where I had bought the car from. So I would go to the first one, just because I'm like, okay, it doesn't even matter. They'll probably know where I can find the spare key. So go to the first building. It's like I think it was Jones Hyundai, because my car is a 2021 Hyundai. So I fucking go to the first one. Oh, I didn't see the bomb. I go to the first building, the Hyundai building, and I'm like, okay, you guys know a guy named Rich. He sold me a car. He has my spare key. It's been a year, I know, and I just desperately need this key because I need to drive my car. Whatever. Because I had looked it up. Here's the problem with the key. Because my car's new and everything, I had looked it up. In order to get a new key and set it up, you need to bring your car to the shop to get the new key, because they have to like do something with the computer and like update it and shit. And the thing is, I can't drive my car to the shop to get the new key because my car needs the key to start. So I can't get the key in the car, start the car to drive it there, you know what I mean? It just wasn't a thing that was going to happen unless I got a tow truck. But here's the problem with the tow truck, alright? Well, that's the rune bag, and that's the odd mushroom. We will get both, because I can get both. And we'll just be super powerful by the time we do it. Tears up. Oh no. Oh, I shouldn't have got it at all. There's a spacebar item. Where was I at? I don't remember where I was at. Yeah, you need the car. You need the car at the place to get the new key, or you can call those like key people and they'll come up and they're like they'll fix it for you and do everything. But I didn't know if I could do it. That was my last option. But if the spare key wasn't at the place, I'm spoiling it a bit. The spare key was there. But if the spare key wasn't there, what I was going to do was call this guy that my mom knew that could come and like set it up for me. Like I just call him like a $95 fee, or like I said, I could have tow trucked it to the place. But I didn't have money for the tow truck, I don't think. So I was like, oh, I'm fucked. I have to keep Epsilon at the place for a little bit. I have a lot of family, and my stepdad has like 3 cars. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been a big issue if I needed to borrow a car. But I was still freaking out because, you know, I want my car. Me and Epsilon, he's more than a car. He's a friend to me. I literally talk to it like all the time. So I wanted my car. I didn't want to leave him at work. So we go there. I go to the Jones Hyundai. I asked for the guy named Rich. I asked about the spare key thing. And this guy that I'm talking to is like, I've never heard of a Rich. Never heard of this man that you're talking about. I have no idea who he is. I'm like, what? What do you mean? I bought the car. It's a Hyundai. I bought the car. I'm at Hyundai. What do you mean you never heard of Rich? So I'm starting to think that maybe this guy doesn't exist. Maybe he was just a figment of my imagination. And I just talked to another guy. I was having a schizophrenic moment or some bullshit. But no, so I go there, and the Hyundai guy, he asked me, he's like, well, was it a used car? And I was like, yeah, it was a used car. I bought it used. And he's like, oh, well, you know what it is? It's probably at the used Jones dealership. You gotta go up this hill and go to the used Jones dealership. Also, I want to shout out my mom, by the way, because she picked me up and drove me around and helped me get everything settled. So shout out to my mom. She's the best. She helped me out very much. Shout out to her. Shout out my mama. So I go to the used one. I run up this hill. I'm sprinting because I want to get this done as fast as possible. I need to find Rich. I'm running. I run up this hill. I'm out of breath. I run into the Jones Junction that they told me to run into. And I'm like, listen, I need to find Rich. Okay, I go to the Jones Junction used dealership. I'm like, listen, I need to find Rich. He has a spare key for me that was here for a year ago. I told him I'd pick it up. I never came and picked it up. I desperately need my spare key. I lost my key. I explained them very fast. Out of breath. Like, this is all out of breath because I just ran up a hill to get here. So I explained it to him very poorly. I was like, look, I really need this. Like, please help me. And they're like, listen, we don't know a Rich. I was like, what do you mean you don't know a Rich? Like, we've never heard of a guy named Rich in this place before. Isaac's heart. Oh no. We've never heard of a guy named Rich. What does this do? Did nothing. I need to buy a bomb. Give me a bomb. And there's these 3 people behind a counter. They don't even do anything to try to help me. They just tell me they don't know a guy named Rich. And they're just like, yeah, we don't know who you're talking about. We've never met him, so we can't help you. They do nothing to help me. Except they send me to a fucking Toyota dealership, which is down the street. So first I go to the Hyundai dealership, which then sends me to a used car dealership, which then sends me to a Toyota dealership. So I'm fucking sprinting to the Toyota dealership, and I bust in the Toyota dealership. And I can't find a guy to talk to because they're all like working, they're all not at their desk. And then I find I'm assuming he was some sort of like intern, or like he was in like an apprenticeship thing, because he was a younger guy. It didn't seem like he was trying to sell me cars, or he was trying to sell me cars. He was just doing work on the computer or whatever. So I don't know what you would call that or what that would be, because I don't really know that kind of stuff for the thing. But I asked him, like, look, I'm trying to find a guy named Rich. He has a spare key for me. I lost my spare key. I'm explaining to him the situation again, blah, blah, blah. I need to find the Rich, and everything like this. And he says that he'd never heard of a guy named Rich. Like, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. But this guy, unlike the other motherfuckers, what does this do? What does this do? I blow it up? Ow, it hurt me. Tears down? That doesn't really matter. Speed up. More speed up. Full health pill with the Isaac bed over there, so that'd be good. But he's like, I don't know, but I can look him up to see if he still works here. No, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think Rich would have quit, because he seemed like he had been there for a while when he sold me the car. So I had no idea. I was like, fuck, he might. When he said that, I was about to quit. I was like, shit, he's right. He might not even fucking work here anymore. But the guy helps me. He looks it up. He goes through other things. He finds a guy named Rich on the on the site. So he was like, yeah, okay, he still works here. I was like, okay, can you track down what building he was from? And he goes on this thing to look at all the people and like all the workers they have. They have their pictures on there on their public website to see who's who. And the Rich's picture is not up there because I would have recognized him because the guy was really cool about selling the car. He was a really dope guy, so I would have recognized him. But his picture is not up there like at all. So I get scared again, and I'm like, wait, maybe he doesn't. He's like, yeah, he doesn't. I don't see him on here, but he definitely works here. So he told me to go to another used car dealership, because Jones has two of them. They have a big one, the super dealership. I'm gonna use this because these guys are annoying. And then they have the smaller one. There's like a small one down the street from the Toyota dealership that from the Toyota dealership that I'm at. I have to keep my dealership. There were so many. I went to so many. So he's like, okay, yeah, if anything, he's probably down at that one if he bought it used. And I look behind me at a fucking Jeep dealership, and I'm like, oh shit, that one, I think I remember that one. So I'm gonna go check that one first, and if that doesn't pan out, then I'm gonna go check that. I thank the guy, I'm like, thank you so much, I appreciate it, you've helped me out, thank you for looking it up at least and trying to help me. He's like, yeah, no problem, whatever. And I move, and I go down, and I walk into the building. Oh my god, if I walk into this building, I recognize it instantly. I'm like, holy shit, this is it. This is where me and my grandma went to buy the damn car. I should have totally did that deal with the devil back then. So see what that item was. I was like, this is where me and my grandma went to buy the damn car. I fucking remember this. I think I found it. So I'm in there, and I'm looking around, and I'm trying to fucking find out where Rich is. I'm trying to find his desk so I can hurry up and go talk to him. And then I see this little glass wall, and there's these people in it. And I remember the guy in the middle of this wall, because he helped me with getting the bank loan so I could buy Epsilon. And he was the one that was doing all the shit on the internet. And I went in there. I was like, listen, does Rich work here? That was the first question I asked. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, can I bother you? He's like, yeah, sure, come in. And then I was like, does Rich work here? And he's like, yeah, we have a Rich. And I'm like, oh my fucking, I was like, thank God. A wave of relief washed over me. Fucking fanny pack? What? I'm getting so good shit here. Oh, this was, no, I thought this was mom's split. This is not the damage now. But, so a wave of relief washed over me at that moment. And I'm like, holy shit, Rich works here. Fucking the epic gamer moment. We're winning. Let's go. And I asked him the next question. I was like, is he here? He's like, no, he's not here today. I was like, fuck. Because I didn't think I would be able to get it if he wasn't here. At the end of it, it's sort of my fault for not getting it the first time because I would have had it. But like I said, I thought I was going to lose the one. So it was better that I left it there with a guy that kept it in his desk. So he was like, he's not here. I was like, fuck. I was like, is there any way that you can like get in touch with him, let him know that I'm here, that I need to get my key. I desperately need it. He gave it to me a year ago. He called me a year ago and said he had it. I was like, I desperately need it. So he's like, yeah, hold on, give me a second. So he calls him on the phone. I'm gonna play this a lot. So he calls him on the phone. He's like, hey Rich, I got so and so here. He said you got a spare key for him. You called him a year ago. He bought a car from you, and he's just wondering if you still have it. Blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, and I'm antsy. I'm shaking my leg. I'm moving around. I can't stop moving. I'm really antsy. I need this fucking key. So Rich on the phone, I'm assuming is like, what? The guy? You mean the guy a year ago that I sold the car to just came now for his spare key that I had? And he's like, I'm assuming the guy was just like, yep, that's what happened. So, fuck it, wait, I can walk over these. I didn't even realize that. Puberty. I'm an adult now! So, then he gets up. He doesn't say anything to me. By the way, all these guys are assholes. Like, everyone that works at a dealership is a piece of shit. They're so rude. Like, all the time. Like, they could clearly see that I was freaking out, that I was having it rough. And the only person that, like, took the time out to help me and, like, realized was, like, I was stressing was that kid at the Toyota dealership that actually helped me. So, fuck them, by the way. So, so he's like, he gets up and he fucking walks over to Rich's desk. And he doesn't say anything to me. I just start following him. And I'm like, okay, cool, where are we going? Let's do this. Let's see what's happening. He opens the desk drawer, and there's like a bunch of papers in the drawer. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh no. And he keeps moving them, and he's not picking anything. What is this? Never-ending stores. That's good. So he keeps moving papers around, and I'm like, oh no, he's not finding it. There's nothing here. Holy shit. And I keep losing hope. And before I had done this, I'd prayed. You know, I'm a very gospel man. I make deals with God about. That's I had the one about smoking weed and everything. I made a deal with him. I was like, look, I'll push my smoking weed back for another week if you just help me. Like, this is before I got to the dealership. If you just help me get this key. If I can get this key, I will push it back. So I go there, and he goes underneath the papers, and he pulls out a yellow fucking folder. Like one of those yellow post-it things that people send mail in all the time. And it says 21 Hyundai Elantra on it. And everything like that. And I'm like, holy shit. There's no fucking way. No shot, dude. So he whips it out. And I'm looking at it. And he just hands it to me. And he just expects me to take it. And, you know, I didn't want to accidentally take someone's key. So because then I would have to have my mom drive me all the way to work. Again, try to do the key, have it not work, and then go all the way back to the dealership and return the key, because it's not my fucking key. Obviously, I don't want to steal someone else's key. So, I asked him, I was like, is there a way to, like, fact check it real quick so that we can see if it's my key, so I'm not stealing someone else's key? So he's like, yeah, he must be on the computer. He's in the computer, and it takes him, like, 10 minutes. He's got to type in a bunch. I didn't care about how much time it took. Like, that's not what I'm complaining about. I'm not really complaining at all. Except about me losing the key. I'm just telling the story of whatever. So he's fucking checking all the computers. He's going through all the things, going through all the stores, and trying to make sure. And he says my grandma's name, because when grandma helped me buy the car, it was her credit we were using. So also shout out grandma. So he checks it. He says my grandma's name. And I'm like, yes, that's her. I was like, so does that mean it's mine? He's like, yep, it's yours. And I take the key. And I get so happy. And I'm like, holy shit, it's working out. But in my head, there was still a problem. I was thinking, what if it's... This is a stupid way to think, now that I think about it. But in my head, I'm like, what if it's been like a year, and because of that, the key, I'm going to take it to my car, and I'm going to go to try to do it, and it doesn't work. Because it's been like a whole year, and I never got the thing. So that's in the back of my head. But I'm holding out hope. I'm like, holy shit, we've gone through this entire thing. We'll be fucking good. Wow, I got the whole thing. And now I fucking just don't get to use it. But so that's what's in my head. I'm like, no, please don't do this to me. Please don't have this happen. And wow, oh, thanks a fucking lot, Greed, you prick. You fucking asshole. So my mom drives me back to work with the key. I get the key. I'm all happy. Because the guy at Toyota helped me out a lot. I literally walked back in the Toyota thing, found him, and I just thanked him again. I was like, dude, thank you so much. If you didn't tell me that he was working here still, I would have totally quit. Like, I literally would just gave up and just went home. You know, I would not have fucking, like, I would not have cared. So why is there some item in the item room? So I'm doing all that bullshit. And I go back to my car, and I tell my mom everything that happened. I was literally running around Jones Junction for like 30 minutes doing this shit. I look like a crazy person. I'm just running around, running into people, like, not into people, running into the different stores, out of breath, because I've been running, and then explaining my like, situation, and then running more, and just, like, yelling about my key while I was running through this place. So I go to thank the guy, I go to my mom's car, and we drive back up to my job, and I hit the button. Oh, that's why I left it. I hit the button, and by fucking God, did I check this? By fucking God, it worked. It turned Epsilon on, it unlocked the car, and I was fucking happy. I was ecstatic, dude. I was so fucking happy. I was like, holy shit, this is the best thing fucking ever. I can't believe that. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna give you my deal. I'll push it back another week, blah, blah, blah. And I drive home, and everything's dandy, and it's all good, and I have my car again. But I'm not even pissed that that the key was lost. That didn't really bother me. What I'm pissed off about is the fucking fact that I lost my damn key. How could I do that? Why, like, come on, like I said, I see it, like, usually I hear it or something, or it's in my pocket, you know, it's my key, it's important, you think I would pay more attention to it, but no. Of course, I lose my key in the worst fucking place possible. I'll do it. I'll do it. Because we win anyway. Of course, I lose my key in the worst fucking way possible. In the giant-ass factory, on the top floor of that factory, where it would have fallen down, it could be literally anywhere of a million places. Of course I fucking lose it there. Of course that's what fucking happens, you know? But yeah, luckily, I got it back. Everything's chill now. We're all good. We're all dandy. I can go to dinner night with my friends. I can go pick my buddy up from work later like I promised him I would. I can go for a little night drives that I like to do, to go to Sheets to get food. I can get myself to work. I can do all of it. But I swear to God, if I lose this other key in the factory, I'm going to kill myself. There's no point. Because in order to get these new keys, you gotta take the car to the shop to get them to program the key to your car. But if you lose your key, you gotta do a bunch of other shit. It just costs so much fucking money. But I remember when I had my old 2002 Ford Focus, right? Or no, 2005 Ford Focus. I had to get a new key fob because it wouldn't unlock the car anymore. I had to use my key to unlock my door. And in order to redo that one, keep in mind, this was 2005. The car I have now is 2021. That's like nearly 15 years. It's 16 years difference, right? So the one in time lapse, which is my Focus, right? I name my cars. Okay, I'm schizophrenic. They talk to me. I talk to them. So the fucking time lapse, all I had to do was turn my key in the ignition like 5 times up and down, and then hit some button and like on the key fob, and it connected to it. But no, you can't fucking do that anymore, even though everything's apparently so much more advanced and technology is better now. No, now I have to fucking go to the shop, take my car there, pay them a fee or some bullshit, pay them for the new key fob, and then wait there as they go in their little dinky computer and set it up. And I get it, it's all computer, it's all whatever. But my point is, why the fuck was it easier back then? Just keep it the same way now. And I get it's like the push to start bullshit, there's no key in the car anymore, blah blah blah. But why does it have to be so fucking difficult? Why, like, come on, why is it easier back then? Keep that. You didn't need to change the key to make it harder. It was not a necessity. It worked. Why would you stop it from working? If something is working and you're trying to fix it, you're not fucking fixing it. You're making it worse. You've just made it worse. It's not better. You tried to fix it. You just made it more, what's the word when things are just... you just made it more inconvenient, you fucktards. Like, fuck off. Screw you, you piece of shit. Come on, man. That just pissed me off, too. Be like, how do I lose my key in a fucking factory? And no one's found it. I told all my coordinators anything about it. They haven't called me. I kept checking every now and then. No one brought it up. No one brought it to them. I'm just down a key right now. And it had my house key on it. It had my other house key on it. It had my other keys on it. You know, it had everything on it that I needed. You know, so it's fucking stupid. Now I gotta get new keys for everything. I go to Walmart, get a little key master, which I don't care about. None of that matters now that I have my key fob back. Luckily, I have like a bone finger and like a thing from a car that you can put on your keychain that I stole from my old job at Food Lion because someone left their keys there, and I just took the cool things off of it. Cause I waited like 3 weeks. Okay. I waited 3 weeks for someone to come by. I didn't take their keys. I just took the cool little stuff on the key ring because I wanted it. I gave it 3 weeks, okay? It may sound bad, and it may contradict this entire story, but that's what I did, okay? I took this little bone finger and like a little like piston looking thing, okay? And I didn't put those on, so luckily I didn't lose those. Maybe I should put them on. I would have heard it more, or it would have weighted down more, so it wouldn't have fallen out of my pocket. But yeah, that's the story of how I lost my key, and then went on a little adventure today for like 4 hours to try to get a new one. I was stuck at work for like 2.5, watching Charmed. And speaking of the Charmed thing, I was enjoying the show. Okay, I was genuinely enjoying it. It was pretty good. It was nice. It was very goofy. It was very bad, obviously. The acting was kind of horrible. But it was old, so it was like, it was, you get what you get. I made sense. But I liked the show. It was really good. Plus, the women were hot. What can I say? They were fucking hot. The women are cute. Okay, sorry, I'm a man. At the end of the day, I'm a man. Okay, the women were cute, and I want to watch the show now. But then some fucking goober in the day shift walked his fucking happy ass in there on his break, and he turned on NBA. He didn't even turn on a basketball game. He turned on them talking about previous basketball games. And he didn't even watch the television. He didn't look at it. Like, what are you doing? I was watching that show. I was gonna yell at him. I was gonna be like, you fucker, turn that back on. I was watching that shit. But no, they wanted to watch NBA. They wanted to watch these people talk about the epic spin move that the NBA player made last night and fucking replay the clip 20 fucking times and slow it down and be like, look how he spins. Do you see how he puts his left leg over to the left side and then puts his right leg on the back and then spins around and then puts that dunk in that fucking basket? Look at that. Rewind that. Well, I want to see that in slow motion. I saw it in slow motion. Rewind it one more time. I want to see it in even slower motion. Fuck you. Charmed was better. It was a good show. I was enjoying that shit. But that is it. That was the daily run. I passed it. I didn't see what my score was. What was my score? 12,954. Let's check the leaderboard. I'm definitely not high at all. Mine, where am I? Church price. I'm 210. Cool. I probably will try to start to get better at it. Oh no, I fucked it up. Let me go. See what I mean. My friends. I don't have any friends that played this game. So, oh, is it updating? Is that why I keep spinning? No entries. Yeah, global. What am I globally? Is that what it was? Globally? The first got 22,000. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a story. It was a quick one. I have to head to bed. I have not been to sleep yet. I got off work at 6. Sat in the room because my mom was sleeping, so I just told her to come at like 8 or like 8:30 or 9 to pick me up because whatever, I didn't want to wake her up. I was fine sitting in the break room. They didn't open till 9 anyway. So, yeah, that was a story of how I lost my keys. And then I got a new key. I hope it wasn't that boring. I hope it was sort of entertaining. It probably wasn't. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's my story. I could say it if I want to. Fuck you. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching if you did. I appreciate it. And have a good night. I'm going to go pass the fuck out now.